What's up, everybody? Welcome to Space Between Ideas. I'm Blaine Gates. Today's day 29. So, it's snowing. Wait, I'm always like, I should just withhold from like weather information because, anyways. All right, so it's snowing outside. It's freezing cold. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then it's hot outside. Now, let's see, where are we? So, the theme for today is prototypes. And the typical activity is invent, prototypes, invent. So if you've been following along, the whole the whole first section of state inventiveness was bringing together the idea that you need to start to do some brainstorming, gather intelligence, take your salespeople and teach them, deploy them, help them to get involved with more people, with your customers, with potential customers. Find out what products your systems work with, and then have them come back and improve the factory floor. Now, yesterday, 2 days ago, we talked about developing concepts. And then once you kind of like start to have this concept, then you bring together the people within a venture. Now, what's the whole point, right? Like, what is the logical next step? You did the research, you got the ideas, you created a team. The first step is you need to build you got to build your prototype. All right, so the next step is prototype. I'm just going through the book, Create Crucial Insight by Dr. Thomas Buchholz. He says, prototypes produce a useful prototype that could become a basis for a product or service. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say here. So he has two examples, actually. So one, like sometimes I point to, he has this example when he talks about hiring a salesperson and like some of the behaviors that will surround the salesperson and how they can be applied to these various checklists. And under prototype, he has written, develop a prototype for a product. And then there's actually two examples for each of the checklists. And the next example is talking about an innovation program where, this is like 20, 30 years ago when companies were just starting to onboard software programs and automatize. So in that section, it says, projects invent new applications for the technology. All right, so new applications. Now that word application, it used to mean like how are we going to use this technology in what new areas? How can we use this software? And now application is like we've just turned it into like an app, like because everything's now on our smartphones. It used to be a software program, and how do we apply the program? And now we just have programs for everything. We call them apps. So apps, when people create an app, it's a prototype. When you bring your team together to develop a new feature, you first create a prototype. When you are making a new product, you make a prototype. I don't know, like how can you develop, like, are we just talking about creating a product? Just a product, just a service? Yeah, I guess so. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. So you brought together all of your ideas. You brought together your team. It's time to build a prototype. I don't know what else to say. Bye bye.